Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the absolutely amazing day I had at London Film Fair, the 22nd of September 2024. It was an absolutely amazing day. Had to get 2 trains to get there, a lot of walking, and then finally we arrived at this hotel. I can't specifically remember the name of the hotel, but a very fancy looking hotel. And then we walked in, and we were surrounded by a few people setting up shop, so we got up there. Managed to get there really early. I had to leave the house at like 5 o'clock in the morning, something ridiculous like that, to get there for 8 o'clock, and we were one of the first people in there. So yeah, I just want to say a quick shout out to my granddad. Thank you for taking me. I really appreciate it. It was amazing. It was a brilliant day, and without you, it wouldn't be possible. So thank you for all of that. And yeah, so I managed to get in there, and we walked around for a few minutes. None of the celebrities had turned up yet, and we were kind of waiting around. And yeah, we managed to get in there so early, which was absolutely an amazing way anyway, because it started like half an hour before we arrived. So it was mad how early we actually managed to get in there. So that was pretty cool. So after we got in there early and had a look around at all the shops and stuff, I didn't buy any sort of like merchandise, really, kind of anything really. But I did obviously get their autographs and all that. So the first autograph I got of the day was by Christopher Ryan, because he was the first person, and I repeat, the first celebrity who turned up on the day. So I went over, spoke to Christopher Ryan, got to meet him, shook his hand, and I talked about Only Fools and Horses, like him and, you know, the Driscoll brothers. Obviously he plays Tony Driscoll, and obviously his brother is Danny Driscoll, and I spoke to him about that, and that was all really cool. And he was probably the most kindest and loveliest bloke I think I've ever met. He was really, really nice, really polite, and just a really great guy, really. He's the complete opposite to his characters I've seen him play, because obviously he played the Sontaran leader in Sontaran Stratagem and Poison Sky, and he plays quite a serious, tough thing. So I spoke to him about that, and I specifically spoke to him about the scene, you know, where he takes down the 2 big 6-foot unit soldiers, and he just, like, they call him like Humpty Dumpty and all that, and then he said bites their ankles literally by using the stick. So I spoke to him about that, and how it was so funny, and he kind of enjoys that. And he said to me that he really enjoyed the fact that I got so much enthusiasm for his work and stuff like that. So he was really, you know, happy that I knew all of this stuff. I spoke to him about the Green Grass episode, you know, where Danny and Tony Driscoll turn up and they want to get the potato cider off Boise and all that. So I spoke to him all about that. I also spoke to him about, you know, how he says in the episodes, like, oh, it could be true about Tyler being, you know, not you know, Boise's son, and he said, oh, do you definitely believe that he isn't? Yeah, I 100% think that Tyler wasn't actually Boise's kid and is actually Del Boy's, which I would do a fan theory on at some point. That'd be really interesting, I think. So yeah, I spoke to him about that and all that. I asked whether the Driscoll brothers are twins or brothers, you know, because there's kind of that fine line, you know, whether, you know, they're like twins or they're brothers, because I said to him they went to, you know, school with each other and all that, and he said he 100% thinks that they're just brothers. So that's rather interesting to find out that the Driscoll brothers aren't exactly twins, but just brothers. So that was an interesting discovery there. So that was really interesting. And then I obviously spoke about Doctor Who and all of that. And yeah, he was a really great bloke. I got a photo of him that I'm going to put on screen over here, and you'll see that. And then I got another photo of him, of me and him, and I also got his autograph, which I'll show you in a minute. So this is the photo I got with Christopher Ryan there. There you go. There's me. And yeah, it was really cool meeting him. He was such a great guy, and really like polite and all that, and just a generous, amazing guy, really. He was, of course, in The Young Ones and various other TV shows throughout, you know, British film and television history, really. But yeah, really great guy, and it was an absolute pleasure meeting him, and yeah. So the next person I then met was Also, I believe one of the next people to turn up. So the next person I met was the person who I always wanted to meet this guy. Always wanted to, speak to him and chat to him about EastEnders, Grange Hill, and all of that. And that was Todd Carty. And it was an absolutely amazing day getting to speak to this legend, Todd Carty. I mean, I never thought in a million years I would ever meet the legendary Mark Fowler. That kind of stuff. I don't know why I sound like Phil Mitchell there, but that's. I guess it was just amazing to speak to him, because I spoke to him about loads of stuff. I spoke to him about obviously EastEnders, and I said to him, like, I think it's really great casting how you, Bill Treacher, and James Alexander all kind of look like you'd all be related. And he just said it goes down to great casting, how all stuff like that. And it was really great speaking to him about that. And he said Wendy Richard, who obviously played his mum Pauline, was actually like his real mum. So that was really nice to hear. And he also said he really enjoyed his time on EastEnders, and he was very grateful that they gave him a really good exit. And to be fair, Mark Fowler does have a good exit, despite all of the stuff going on with the Louise, Phil, and all of that kind of stuff that happened. Mark did get a good ending, and Todd Carty, he had never actually seen his funeral in EastEnders, so that was mad. He did mention to me that he received a text from Adam Woodyatt saying, "Oh, I'm here in the cold and wet weather, and I'm, and you're over there enjoying yourself." You know what I mean? So that's what he told me that. So that was rather interesting, and yeah, that was really cool. I also mentioned a lot of the stuff to do with obviously Ashley, and how Nick Cotton blames Mark for killing him, even though it was it was Nick's fault. And I said to him how they got a really good chemistry, him and Nick Cotton, and how they kind of get along together and all that. So that was really cool to talk about that. And he talked about the scene where Nick Cotton he cooks like an egg, like all on one screen in one take and all that. And he mentioned it to him, and he don't remember, so that was rather interesting. And I do really like that. And he said, obviously, because supposedly Mark and Nick, they grew up together and they kind of drifted apart. That's what he kind of mentioned. But yeah, I really do like that. And I said to him, "Oh, Phil Mitchell kind of ruined your life," and he kind of joked about that. So he found that funny. So that was good. That was really good. And I also mentioned to him about his great fight between him and Martin in the middle of the square and all that. So that was really fun to talk about that with him, all that sort of stuff. And he said that when he met James Alexander for the first time, they were kind of putting him next to him to see whether he could be his brother and all that. So that was all really cool inside stuff, really. And I did ask him about EastEnders. Would he ever return to EastEnders, as a ghost? And he said it's in for a penny, in for a pound. So it could happen, but it never knows. And yeah, so that was a really cool interaction. I also told him that in EastEnders he's still technically in it by 2 photos. There's a photo of him, Martin, and Ian in the back of Ian's house, which also used to be Mark's, obviously. And also there's a photo of just him on the background, which was taken from Grange Hill. So I told him about that, and he thought that was rather interesting. And so it was really great speaking to him. I also spoke to him about Grange Hill, and how the scenes in series 2 I mentioned about how they're really enjoying something. And he said, "What you see is what you got." They're all just kids like that and joking around. So that was really interesting, and just a really great bloke. I've done a whole video on the autographs and all that, which you can check out. Probably put a link in the bio. But yeah, that's the autograph I got from Todd Carty there. I decided to pick the one with him on the motorbike because, why not? And then at the back we got the photo of me and Todd there, looking great. There we go. Yeah, really great guy. Really nice guy. Absolute legend of EastEnders. And yeah, one of the nicest blokes I've ever met. And he had time to talk about all the stuff. I went back up there a few times to speak to him, and he was really polite, and he really wanted to know. He also had a conversation with my granddad about motorbikes. So, to be fair, he just, you know, was absolutely amazing. And the fact that we'd got in there early meant that I could have more time to speak, you know, with Todd Carty, which was really amazing, and just a really great day and all that. And yeah. After that, I then got to speak to Nigel Planer. Nigel Planer. No, it wasn't actually directly after that, but I got to speak to Nigel Planer, and really, really great guy. Spoke to him about, you know, Blackadder and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, it was just really enjoyable. And obviously, he was in the Young Ones and all of that kind of stuff, and just a really great guy, really nice, really great guy to speak to. Yeah, this is the autograph I got there. Lovely little autograph, little Rowan Atkinson in the corner, and then here he is as Lord Smedley. So that was really fun speaking to him. Really great guy. I'll put some photos on screen so they should appear after me later doing that. But yeah, so really great guy. What an amazing actor, really, and just really, really nice. Really nice. I also got to meet another Nigel. Nigel Plastic. Nigel Plastic. He was a completely great guy. As you probably know, he puppeteered the legendary PG Tips Monkey, which I have here. Really, really great. He puppeteered him, and he said to me that he was approached about a year ago for the possible return of the PG Tips Monkey. So that he could have come back, or he might come back. So that's rather interesting to find out. But yeah, that was really interesting. He spoke to me about how there were 3 people kind of arguing over who owned Monkey. You know, whether, you know, ITV Digital owned Monkey, obviously, because they, like, you know, went bankrupt and all that. And then obviously, you know, Comic Relief, who bought the rights, and obviously PG Tips. So who really does own Monkey? That's kind of the split decision, really. So he spoke to me all about that, and he also spoke to me, you know, about working with the Muppets. So he worked with the Muppets on, like, Muppet Christmas Carol and various other Muppet movies. I just got my Kermit here. Yeah, I got this from Walt Disney World, actually, a few years ago. Really great to show off. Yeah, so that was really great speaking to him. Just kind of finding out all of that inside stuff, which I found really cool. And PG Tips Monkey could come back, or ITV Digital Monkey, or just Monkey. Is just mad to think that he could come back, or could have come back, you know. But yeah, that was really incredible to find out, really. Yeah, and just a really nice bloke in general. And turns out he's been in loads of other stuff like Doctor Who, which I never even knew he was in Doctor Who. But yeah, he was in a 4th Doctor episode, so that is really interesting, and never would have thought I found that out. And just a really great bloke. I will put photos and all that up. I also got to meet Colin Stinton. Now, Colin Stinton, this guy here, got his autograph. Really great bloke. Colin Stinton, he appeared in the Doctor episode Sound of the Drums, playing President Winters. And obviously he's the one who gets murdered. You know, he gets murdered by the Toclafane, you know, the weird-looking ball-shaped weird things or whatever. Yeah, so he gets killed by them. And obviously John Sim, I spoke to him about John Sim, and he said it was really great working with John Sim. Really great guy and all that. So that was really intriguing. I would love to meet John Sim. If anyone knows whether he's going to be at a convention anytime soon, let me know, because I would really love to meet John Sim, my favourite master. And the fact is, I got to meet Colin Stinton, who was in probably my favourite like trilogy of episodes. You know, he's in the middle of it, but you know, Utopia, Sound of Drums, and Last of the Time Lords, which I think is an amazing trilogy. Anyone, just recommend going and watching that. Probably one of my favourite episodes in Doctor Who history. But yeah, just really amazing to him talk about that. And I said to him at the end of the Doctor Who episode, all the kind of deaths and all the stuff the Master's done gets reversed. And I said, apart from your death, your death doesn't get reversed. which I said there's no real justice for your character because he died, you know, and no one could turn back time. So that was a bit depressing for his character, really. But yeah, so that was really great getting to meet him. Obviously, I'm going to put a photo on screen now. Just a really great man and such a lovely guy. Moving on to the next person I got to meet was a very lovely bloke. All of these people were lovely. Called Tim Benedict. I think that's his name. Sorry if I mispronounced that. But he voiced the character of the monk in the Doctor Who trilogy of, you know, the Monk trilogy, halfway through series 10, which is a completely amazing. Obviously, it stars my favourite Doctor, Peter Capaldi, if you didn't know that. Yeah, so that was really incredible to meet him, and you know, he wasn't in this. That's not him. That's a body double, and he just supplied the voice. But what he's best known for is playing David Archer in The Archers, which is the radio show that's been running since like the 1950s or maybe even before then. Yeah, so that was really interesting to find out, because obviously now that he obviously has been in Doctor Who, that stays with you forever, which I think's really mad. And he said that he does do normal acting as well, rather than just voice acting. So that was really interesting to find out. So that was it was a pleasure meeting him as well. I got some photo with him, which I'll put on stream over there. Yeah, so he was really great to meet. He'd also told me that he had been in loads of Doctor Who audio dramas and all of that, so that's really interesting. I should probably try and find them so I can listen to them. And he said it hasn't appeared in Doctor Who as himself yet, so there could be a possibility of him being in Doctor Who. So that would be pretty interesting. Yeah, seemed like a really great bloke. Really great. He wasn't there for as long as some of the other people though. He left pretty quickly. He was there for like, he came in probably like halfway through, and then stayed until probably about, you know, towards the end, but then kind of left. So he wasn't there for as long as some of the other people, but he was a really great guy anyway. And yeah, really great man to meet. Moving on to the last person I got to meet, which was Anna Lambert, who appeared in the Doctor Who episode Fall to Doomsday, where they kind of play these kind of weird looking creatures, and then Tegan draws this picture, and then suddenly they become those people, the picture of those people. I'll put a photo of me and her on the screen. She was a really nice lady, yeah, she was nice, and got to get her autograph. They said, you know, best wishes and all that. But really nice meeting her. There were lots of other people there that I didn't get to get their autographs, because some of them, some of them I know some of their work, but like there was a guy from Planet of the Spiders, but I've never actually seen the Planet of the Spiders story. So to go up to him and speak to him about Planet of the Spiders, I felt was, you know, a bit bad on my part, because I haven't seen his work, you know. So that kind of, I didn't do that. But yeah, he was really like interacting with everyone though. He seemed to be having a great time. And then there were a few other people. There was another woman there who was in Grange Hill, but I don't think I'd seen any of her stuff. I have seen a lot of the Todd Carty Grange Hill stuff, because I'm a massive fan of Todd Carty, absolute legend, and a brilliant bloke to meet, really. So yeah, that was kind of really cool to meet all these legends, and it just, yeah, brilliant. If you want to check out my video where I did the whole thing, where I went through all my books and showed you all the autographs I got and all that, and photos, the photo shoot things, I'll show you them. So yeah, you can see them. But yeah, Anna Lambert, she said to me that it was an absolute pleasure working with, you know, Peter Davison and all that. So that was really nice to hear. But yeah, that's kind of everything I kind of have to say on the event. But it was a truly amazing day. Everything was really great. I got to meet the kid from Kes. Now he's a lot older now, but he was really great. I haven't actually seen the film. I've heard of it and heard loads of things about that, but I got an autograph from my nan, so I hope she enjoys it. Big shout out to her. And yeah, so I got an autograph for her from him. He was a really great guy. He spoke about how it was more realistic, and I said a lot of like the shots are kind of more like realistic, kind of gritty tone and all that. And yeah, he seemed like a really great bloke. I have to go and watch Kes now, because I kind of feel like I have to. because, you know, he seems like a really great bloke, and he had a real like passion for his work, and I really appreciate that. Everyone there was there because they liked those people and they liked those projects that they were involved in. So it was a completely mad day, and I still can't get over the fact I met Tony Driscoll, I met Mark Fowler. You know, these sort of things. I met the guy who puppeted the PG Tips monkey. You know, it's stuff like that that you're probably never going to forget, you know. So it was a completely amazing day, and I met Lord Smedley from Blackadder. So, you know, it's completely mad. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in a video soon enough. And another great big shout out, thank you to my granddad for taking me and doing all of this with me. And it was a real honour to, you know, go around and have a really great day. And that means a lot that you took me. And yeah, I don't think that anything else of this day would have been even better. It was just a brilliant day. And thank you for all, you know, all the people who were involved in this, you know, all of the celebrities, all of the people who helped make the day possible, and obviously meeting all of these legends meant a lot to me. And bye for now, really, and see you in a video soon enough.